I bled for 16 days. 16 days I bled. Because of who? Eve.
One thing about you guys, y'all never told us about the second puberty. Okay. What would you call a second puberty?
I mean, it is
body changes.
It's because the body changes not only in like you will gain weight, but it's like
all that stuff.
Your boobs change, your cycle may change, your weight will change, your skin will change.
I for sure have experienced this. Like, not to brag, but I've had a glow up. 100%.
I was about to say the same
100%.
thing. I think I'm in the process. Like I'm getting there.
The only time I can talk about puberty is now. Because I'm on hormones, honey.
Honestly, I just feel like my body has waged a war on me, and I've given up. I surrender. White flag.
All I want is to be a slender again. I'm not asking for a lot. This whole mama body, do you know how much energy it's taking for me to suck in my stomach right now? A lot. I think it's not so much the problem of a second puberty, it's mourning your previous self.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times there's no problem with who you are now. It's just that person is no longer who you used to be. And now you have to learn a completely different person.
When you were younger, you were stepping into a body. And then when you're older, in your 20s, you're stepping into yourself. And I think that is the most exciting thing about the in your 20s puberty. I love it. Yeah. I think that it's harder to lose weight when you grow older, simply just because.
Have you ever heard the term the 27 bod? You're not there yet.
No, I've gotten the grown woman weight, but I haven't gotten the 27 bod yet.
So the 27 bod is like a bod that you are gonna have for the rest of your life, unless something drastic happens.
Yeah.
But there's really not much you can do about it.
I'm definitely experiencing that currently because I've been eating a whole lot more now. So, you know, I'm actually just rounding up a little bit. I'm liking it.
Now that I'm in my 20s, well, mid 20s, I'm getting a little bit bigger. Like they tell me like I look gross.
It's a body.
It's a body. It's a woman's body. You become a woman, basically, and I like that.
Someone explained the actual science between like grown woman weight and that like after 22 or 23, your body will gain like a kilo or 2 per year. As your body your body needs change, and like not everyone wants children, but like for most people and for most women, your body will naturally prepare you for that. Yes. So there will be changes in your hips.
But no one speaks about that.
And no one speaks about it, and you just think you're just getting fat. And maybe, but that's also fine. But it's like your body is actually going through necessary changes, and it's perfectly okay for these things to be happening.
I noticed the other day my ass is getting a bit. I've been praying for that. I'm like, Jesus, let my ass I just need a fat ass.
The body changes I've seen. My booty, my boobies. Like the girls are actually growing. I mean, I've always had boobs, but like now I'm starting to see the shape. The shape is coming, it's forming. The booty is bigger. My skin is glowing. My confidence is back. I feel lighter.
I actually probably am the most at peace with my body that I've ever been, because growing up in the early 2000s is just like trigger central. But like I'm also at maybe the heaviest that I've been, or like slightly below the heaviest that I've ever been. And it's tough to get used to when you feel like you can't recognize yourself. And now you just may need to adjust your routine and like get acquainted with this new body and this new person, but none of it is wrong. There's nothing wrong with you.
Actually, fun story, let me tell you a story. Right now, I'm actually battling with acne. I started getting acne November of 2021.
Me, I was never a girl. What are pimples? Actually, I've got pimples on my face.
Darling, a girl grew up, could have been the face of Garnier, Nivea. Your girl's skin was great. And I was like, I'm so sorry, because my friends really did struggle with acne as teenagers and stuff. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I cannot relate. Please, 26-year-old me is going through it. I think it probably even started like 24 onwards.
My skin got worse in my 20s.
Ooh.
And then I had to like go on Reaccutane, and I had to go on different, like it took me literally a year on pills and medication to fix my skin. And even after that I had to like invest in different skincare stuff to figure out what works. Now my skin is amazing, which I'm like very grateful for, but that process was horrible.
I lived my whole life with clear skin, and at the pinnacle of my beauty, you're just gonna come and slay me with acne? It must be witchcraft.
One thing I've definitely noticed with my adult acne, it is super hormonal as well. So just kind of being in touch with your body and kind of understanding, like I know when my period is coming, then it's like exacerbated and my skin just goes whoosh. And then afterwards, like literally a couple days after I'm finished my period, then it's like, well, not even but like, I think this has probably been one of the biggest areas that I've seen like a significant change in.
I've had so many psychological and emotional changes, my word. I mean, I know people who've known me when I was, you know, a teenager, and they know me now, and I mean, they can definitely say that like emotionally and psychologically, I'm completely different.
I cried for the first time in 2020. A real life tear like this. I just cried.
I'm not gonna lie. I get sadder. I get so much sadder, so much easier. And it's scary because when I was younger, I was always laughing and always excited. And now, a couple of days ago, I wondered, Kule, why don't you laugh as much as you used to anymore? I mean, a fly could be passing and that would be hilarious. But now, the laughter has dimmed. And the sadness has become a regular visitor.
I felt like depression was like a once-off thing, like it was never going to come back or anything like that. And then in the past good like 5-6 years, it's good because I know when it's happening and what the triggers are and stuff, but definitely way more of the ups and downs for sure.
Also emotionally, I'm so much more emotional. I used to be a tough girl, and weirdly enough I used to like pride myself on it. I think back in the day it used to be cool to be like, oh, I have no feelings, whatever. But now I'm like a sensitive babe. Although sometimes it just gets a bit overwhelming because a girl is like, am I really like just, is it the end of the world or is it just my period?
It's so crazy. Like, I've never had period pains. I've never had, is it PMS? I've never like been emotional. In fact, I used to laugh at Hans who got emotional in high school because of their periods. Now I'm that girl. Literally, you could say a joke and I'll cry. I used to cry every time someone laughed while I was on my period. It was the craziest thing ever. Because someone would be laughing or making a joke and then literally just start crying. Like, why would you say that?
At least
You
it's
can
happening
talk
now.
about it,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think we would be having this conversation or speaking about like our medication or like everything
Yeah, like
that.
it's even tricky to do that with like my parents because it's their generation and how they grew up, and I'm just really happy that that's something we can talk about, because even just being able to say that it happens to a lot of us just helps other people, because like when you feel really isolated in it, it makes it so much worse because you're like, something is wrong with me, why am I going through this, why is it always me? But it's like, it's not really always you, like it's all of us, most of us.
Oh, my period. That thing. Like,
In research, I saw that during your second puberty, your period is actually supposed to get better or regulates a little bit more for people. I don't know what's going on with me, but it's like it's a disaster. It's a disaster.
Listen, when I say November of 2021, I'm talking about a historical period in my life. I bled for 16 days.
I have a very, very vanilla period, hey? Like, nothing insane. So, after this month, I was like, Niagara Falls, what's happening over here? Like, I've never seen a period like this in my life. And like, my besties would always say like, that's normal. And I was like, for me, it's definitely not.
I never had period cramps at all.
Ooh, those things!
And all of a sudden, like 2 years ago, I was starting to get the worst period cramps.
Same.
And I was like, for what?
literally, it's
Why?
for what?
What reason?
Out of the blue.
We've been
Out of the
good.
yellow.
16 days I bled. Because of who? Eve.
I have endometriosis, so my period since it started has always been bad, and it has always just been gotten progressively worse, especially when I try it unmedicated, especially when I try it without any like hormone stabilizers or like contraceptives.
I go like full depression, like full blown, for a couple of days before, and then the minute my period starts, it's gone.
One thing that made it worse as I got older is also like environmental stimuli. So like stress, my diet, exercise, work, school, like all of those influences also made it feel worse on top of it trying to kill me on a normal day. So I think those things like definitely do impact your period as you get older, and like along with like adult puberty and like your body changing, whatever, like sometimes your cycle will also shift.
OMG.
Absolutely. I am just before my period, during my period, after my period, I am just unhinged.
I have heard that after 25 your libido goes sky high. I've heard that. Like they said after 25 like women go crazy.
In a conversation with a friend of mine, she was like, do you think it's because we're getting older and you know this whole idea of a biological clock that our bodies are like just being like, girl, you gotta make a baby.
I feel so betrayed by my body. Because I never, it was just like, you know what, I don't care. But now it's like, oh, baby. Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, babies. It's such a mess. It's so messy. It's also exciting though, but it's so messy.
I've actually like noticed, and I've read about it as well, and I fully understand it, that like at a certain time in your period, like because of the hormonal changes, you definitely do get more, can I say horny? Horny, baby.
Ovulation is a thing now. Like it is like, I know it is happening. Mostly because I am just criminally horny. It's like just like an unbearable one. Like, you know, when you can't control it. Like it's definitely gotten to that point.
It's like, oh, well, damn, that is sexy. Oh my gosh, wow, that's a turn on.
Yeah,
and I didn't mean to be turned on while I'm, I don't know, sipping tea. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird. A gentleman comes in and you see that his neck looks nice.
Hair, his cut, like his cut, his fade, his whatever. Like,
And it's like, well, damn, why do you have to be so fine?
See, I believe in celibacy. I'm a queen of celibacy. I really am. Like, I've done 2 years before. I've done 2 years of celibacy. At the moment, I'm on like 8 months of celibacy.
I think these are the hormones talking.
Mine is all very linked to my medication. So like that's something that I find as well, like how I feel towards men, whether I feel anything. Like those often depend on like which pill I'm on, if I'm on like antidepressants or not. Like medication really impacts things like that. So as it stands, I think like I'm a little bit dead inside, but like in a fine way. Like just in a sense that I crave more like intimacy, like I want to be held often, and then like that's all really.
Now that actually I'm on hormones, like I don't even want sex, I just want a partner next to me, like you know the smell of a man, like musky but sweet, but I just want a man next to me, yeah. But I'm like 8 months celibate. I'm so proud of myself.
I think the one thing that would help a lot of people is just to know that it's happening.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes you feel like you're just alone and like you're losing control.
Talk about it. It doesn't help anyone when we make these things taboo. I think that's definitely been one of the best things to happen to me just in general.
do yourself a favor and get a morning routine. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be that girl's morning routine. It just has to be you and what works for you and what will you. One thing that I'm definitely doing is trying to look into changing some of my lifestyle and dietary habits, because now that I'm seeing that the food that I eat actually one impacts my skin, but also has an impact on my mental health, and also how exercise can help in terms of making me feel better, then making those necessary lifestyle and dietary changes are only going to help in kind of combating a lot of these issues that we're experiencing.
I have spent a lot of time researching and understanding what's going on in my body, what's going on with my medication, so that I just like, I feel a little bit more sane and understanding that like I'm not a problem, like some things are actually happening to me and that's why I feel this way. And I feel like if a lot more people took that time to understand who they are, how they feel about certain things, and then how certain things influence those feelings, they would feel a lot more like calm, and like they wouldn't panic so much.
Basically, I'm just right now I'm riding on the blood of Jesus, you know. If God doesn't do it, nobody will do it for me, because I mean, really, God, really, this is the money maker. Can't lose this thing. So I'm really just trying to drink more water, exercise, just get it together overall. But yeah, change your sheets also. But I change my sheets. Good luck, sis. All the best.
And there we have it, guys. That's our take on second puberty. Listen, if you guys are also going through it, please let us know in the comments below in what way, or if you related to anything that we said. Let's have a little fat chat over there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, share, and yeah, that's about it. See you soon. Period. 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 Period.